If that was me, I would have caught the pen and wrote my number on a piece of paper and threw the paper right back at Cardi B. See, that motherfucker was stupid in the first place anyway. How the fuck you gonna ask a question? Oh, yo, Cardi B, I heard you pregnant, and by Offset, how the Stefan Diggs gonna feel about that? How you gonna ask how your man gonna feel about if you pregnant by your baby daddy? That's a dumbass question. Your ass deserved to get a pen thrown at. Matter of fact, if that was me, I would have thrown a pen, the paper, the motherfucking book that he has, the autograph. Dumbass person. What the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, let me start this podcast. Hey, yo, what up? It's your boy, Vance, a.k.a. Vito Blaze, a.k.a. V Love, a.k.a. V Get Busy, a.k.a. V Streets, a.k.a. V whatever he wanna be in the sheets. You know what I mean? Or V how nasty he be in the sheets. Well, V whatever the fuck you wanna be for the week. Okay. Anyway, it's your boy, and I'm here to start the podcast. Rapid Flames. You probably wondering where the fuck is my co-host right now, and I got to say right now, R.I.P. to the motherfucker right now. He's not dead. I'm just saying, rest in process. Yes, the rest in process. That's best to say. Or he's ready in process. You know what I mean? He's like ready in rearing in process, basically, because he ain't here. We gotta put the motherfucker back. Like, you know what I'm saying? We had to, like, you know, rebuild. He's gonna come back like better than ever, but we had to put him back in the operation room, because he came out, he had a couple of bugs ticking and shit, and plus he was on some shit like, yo, he gotta go get this bread and shit. And I was like, yo, man, we could, and you probably thinking like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, I gotta get out, go do my own thing and get this bread. And I told the nigga, because, like, you know, we've been doing this thing for a minute. And I'm like, yo, I sat down and I looked him dead in the face. And he was like, yo, I gotta go away and be by myself. But I told him, like, you know, after all, you know, we've been doing this thing for a minute, you know, for like a couple of months. And, you know, and after doing that and seeing how focused we be on it like that, I thought about that, and I sat down and talked to him, looked dead in the face, and told him, yeah, my nigga, go ahead and get out of here and go get your own bread. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, what the fuck we look like getting this money together? This shit ain't a movie, my nigga. Like, go get your money, I'll go get my money, and we'll see each other in Rio or in Brazil or some shit like that. You know what I mean? My nigga, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we ain't got to be together getting this bread. Matter of fact, I really don't want you to be anywhere around me. I really want you to go get your own bread, and I go get my own bread, because, you know what I'm saying, with niggas with bread, you know what I'm saying, like you get bitches around. I want more bitches around me, instead of niggas with bread. Like, if you got bread, you don't have to be around me. We could get this bread together over Zoom and shit. We can get this bread together over Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? The only thing close to me together is these girls. That's it. That seemed to be frustrating me sometimes, but I'm not tripping. I'm just like any other man. You got to keep it moving a lot. I was thinking these days, and you probably thinking these days too. I'm talking to my niggas out there, alright? Because, and if you girls hear me, I mean, you don't gotta listen to this part, but it will behoove you bitches to understand what the fuck I'm talking about. But I be saying though, like, as a nigga though, like, damn, you really gotta hold your head up and keep your cool and not be angry. Not throw a tantrum sometimes when these hoes be trying to play games. Well, they do when they play games on you. And you really gotta be mature enough to not play games back. Because sometimes I be want to be petty or even throw tantrums like a little fucking boy or some shit like that, but you can't do that. I can't do that because at the end of the day, that shit just makes me look weak. And I'm not weak. Because, like, I would be emotional, but I'm not weak. So it's like, you know, gotta handle your emotions as us niggas. Like, we gotta, so we don't slap bitches up and shit. Like, we gotta fucking punch bags and fucking meditate or fucking, it's crazy out here. It's like, damn. And sometimes I be thinking like, yo, maybe it's just me that's just going through it like that. But every nigga be going through it like that. They be thinking like, yo, is it just me? Does being a nigga have to be that tough? And that's why some niggas be on some bullshit. Cause, yo, close the door on a lot of us, and we gonna break down crying. Cause we got to hold a lot of shit up. Shout out to the daddies that got kids out there and still holding it up. Like, fuck. Like, you still gotta, if you a man out here, you got a wife, you got 1 kid, 2 kids, you still living, breathing, holding a smile on your fucking face. Yo, man, I'm gonna pat you on your back. I'm gonna say congratulations for making it through the fucking year. All right? You deserve that. We only get 1 day a year, Father's Day, but like, shit. And then Mother's Day, they be like, oh, because, you know, they was pregnant for 9 months, and they did that, but like, after the 9 months, the 18 years, who you think holding it down for most of that? That's why some of them just bounce right away, cause they know. Anyway, Cardi B, shout out to Cardi B though, who's there for their kids. Offset, who's still there for their kids. You know what I mean? Like, I think I had 3-4 kids together. Anyway, shout out to Cardi B who won her lawsuit. She out here just celebrating this shit to the point where she's not celebrating too much. You know what I mean? The recent album, she had to come out with a court edition so she could pay for her lawyer fees, which is smart promotion, and I'm sure she's just gonna add more tracks to it. Shout out to her. She didn't touch that security guard. Security guard tried to get some money off of her, but it didn't work. Shout out to her, Cardi B, for dodging that bullet. I love it when a black woman just look good in the press, and that's what she's doing. And once again, she's looking better than ever, because now, here's the deal. I mean, you heard me talking about Cardi B throwing a pen at somebody in the beginning, and you know what? I feel like she was in the right for that, because she actually said, stop disrespecting me. Stop disrespecting me. Because the dude, after he got the pen thrown up at him, he was like, oh man, I'm sorry, you know, I still love you, even though you just threw some stuff at me. And then Cardi was like, I don't care, you're disrespectful, don't do that. You see women asking those type of questions to me, and why do you feel as a man you get to ask me those type of questions? Act like you have some manners, and your mama taught you respect, and taught you to respect women, you know, like, and she was so pissed off, she just like, yo, from the car, she was just like, yo, you ain't gonna see me out today, like, you can thank that nigga over there, and I'm not playing around. I was very nice, but I was very kind, and she just sped off, and I felt that. They wouldn't ask Offset, do you think this chick know that you fucked Cardi last week? Like, come on, that's some wild shit. That'll be wild. That nigga will look crazy on the red carpet, but that's what you asked. You ask Cardi like, yo, 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 yo. You think you think Stephon Diggs care about you being pregnant by Offset? Yo, come on, son. Come on, son. I would have yanked you if I was Cardi B's security. I would have yanked you right from where you stand. Right from where you stand. Or you would have got shot. Dead ass. Dead ass. I probably would have called a charge on some bullshit. It was like, yo, nah. You said some bullshit. Like, yo. Nah, that nigga deserved to get smoked. Right in the middle where he stand. Right where he stand. Or pack that nigga up. Like I say, he one of them niggas that need to get packed up, shipped up to the moon and shit. Once we get Elon Musk working on some goddamn escort, like, you know what I'm saying? Some like straight up rapid fire escort service, charter service straight to the moon. Once we get that hooked up to Elon Musk, yo, pack this nigga and put him on the fucking moon, on Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, some shit. Where them niggas need to build a society and shit. Put them niggas on them shit. Our society with, degenerates. Hey, look at Australia and look at Quebec. We're fine. Alright? We're fucking fine. Fucking fine. So, yeah, let's start off the civilization right with this asshole over here. The next Jupiter, Saturn civilization right with this asshole right here. I'm feeling him. Nah, let's not. What is that? We should start a civilization with the smartest people. No, start with the dumb, hot, stupid people. Like, because like hot people are not that smart. Let's just say it. We just know that. There's a balance in the world, and that's one of the motherfucking balance, okay? If you're fucking super smart, you're not hot. If you're hot and smart, you're a fucking unicorn, and you probably have mental issues. Like, I would have said that you probably be happily married and tied down because somebody's smart enough to but no, somebody probably did, and then you got mental issues. There you go. You got straight up mental issues. I know that. You're out there. You are out there. You're not a unicorn. You're smart. You're hot. But you're sick in the head. And don't be throwing no pen at me when I'm trying to holler at you too. Or if anything, don't be trying to set up a fight with me and your baby daddy or man, cause I can fight, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I can fight. Oh, speaking of fights, yo, Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson actually want to fight real soon. Them niggas want to throw down and show something in the ring, like they got something left. Now, this is going to be an exhibition fight, too. So, it's not going to tarnish the 51-0 record that Floyd Mayweather got. Because that man is undefeated and he ain't trying to see tarnish on his record, especially by Mike Tyson. Because Mike Tyson might come out of nowhere with a hook or uppercut. It might knock the nigga the fuck out. And then all of a sudden, he exposed. So, we don't know how it's going to go down, but yo, honestly, if you ask me who might win against Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson, who's going to win? Nobody. We all lose watching these old niggas fight. You crazy? Who the fuck thought about this shit? Putting these two niggas in the ring. Is Mayweather that in debt? Because we hear this nigga owes some niggas money in, Dubai, and that nigga was locked, couldn't leave the country, but all of a sudden he left the country and shit. You know how that nigga be gambling and shit every day and shit, you know what I'm saying? He got mad. You know what I'm saying? So Mayweather might need some money right now to keep that shit up, because 50 always say he needs some money to keep the bullshit that he on up, because that nigga really is, he always in some, always got to do this, got to do this, but then the shit go up and go down niggas' investments go up and go down. But, Mayweather, does he really need all that money? I don't know. But right now, it look like he do because the nigga fighting another nigga who need money too. So this shit look like a real money grab. Who the fuck want to see this shit? This shit is $55 an hour wasted. Anybody, who the fuck, which box, the only one who really want to see this shit is boxing nerds. And there ain't that much out there to see this shit. I mean, who got excited when they announced Floyd versus Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson? Who got excited after seeing Mayweather's couple of last fights, after seeing Tyson and motherfucking Paul Logan and shit like that? Who the fuck wants to see Paul Logan? I mean, Jake Paul. My bad. Tyson versus Jake Paul. After seeing that shit, who the fuck is excited to see Mayweather versus Tyson? Nobody. Not even people my age who wanted to see that shit back in the day. But nobody don't want to see that shit now. Who the fuck got excited when I say Tyson versus Mayweather? Nobody. Whose panties got wet? Huh? Maybe some because they got some money and shit, but actual, overall, is there any whose panties got wet though? Ask your homegirl right now if you're listening to this podcast right now. Say, did your panties get wet? When Vance said Mayweather versus Tyson? No. I'm most likely, I'm saying probably no. If I say Canelo versus Crawford, maybe more panties got wet than that shit. You know what I mean? You might ask your homegirl now, when Vance said Crawford versus Canelo, did your panties get wet? She probably still say no, but that's less likely gonna happen than if you ask Tyson versus Mayweather. You get what I'm saying? I'm saying that's how nobody is excited about this shit. Only probably the nigga who probably set this fucking fight up is the goddamn promoter, that goddamn Don King guy. God damn it, he's still around? Don King Promotions? Because this nigga probably the one that set this fucking fight up. I think he working with, is he back? I thought both of these niggas stopped working for this nigga because he was taking niggas' money. Now they want to set this fucking fight to take niggas' money. They must be out their goddamn minds, both of them. Tyson and Mayweather. If anything, the niggas should just go sit somewhere and commentate on shit. One of them niggas should just end up on a podcast. Because for them to regurgitate this shit that niggas want from probably back in the day. Back in the day, we probably didn't, but not now. I'm tired of this shit. They always keep bringing back some shit just to, make us spend money because we got nostalgia and shit. I'm like, nah, chill, man. They ain't stop that. Back then we wanted to see Locks versus Dipset. And then when we got it, it was a complete slaughter. There was no competition. Shit was whack. Back then we wanted Coming to America too, but when that shit finally came out, that shit was trash. Who the fuck? People trying to give it a chance, but no, we can't now. Let's just be honest with ourselves, black people. Coming to America 2 was trash. I watched it once. You ask your homegirl right next to you right now. Ask them if they had watched Coming to America. And they be like, yeah. They're going to be like, yeah, I liked it. Ask them if they watched it again. No, they ain't watch it again. Nobody watched that shit again. We all watched it once. Because they got us with that nostalgia shit, and then we ain't watching it again. And that's the same shit that's gonna happen with these white people with Happy Gilmore too. They think they loving that shit now. Just like how we was loving Coming to America now. 3 months later, you gonna look at it and gonna be like, damn, I ain't watching. You gonna ask your homie, are you watching Happy Gilmore 2 again? No. They ain't watch it again. And that's the thing. We ain't trying to watch this shit again. Tyson again. Mayweather again. Fuck out of here with that shit. They need to stop doing that shit. If any, but like, yo, I heard y'all coming back with Scrubs though. That's my favorite show. Y'all need to, okay, just do it right. Don't fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Do it right. Like how y'all brought back X-Men. Y'all did it right. See, that's the thing though. The niggas been bringing shit back and then they only get it right like 1-2 times out of 10, yo. 2 times out of 10, which is scary and shit, B. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, they brought Naked Gun back. I watched that shit. That shit was, you know what? This shit was on the same beat as the other ones, but I think the other ones was like more controversial. But anyway, well, I put that in the Vito Blaze reviews, movie reviews. Naked Gun 2. Maybe I'll put that later in the episode, later in this episode or next episode. I don't know. But that Tyson versus Mayweather fight, if you want to see that shit, leave a comment on whatever the fuck video podcast you listening to, whatever podcast service you listen to this podcast on. Leave a comment. Be like, yo, I'm watching a fight, man. Somebody's like, word? I might even bet against your ass because I'm looking for something to bet on. You know what I'm saying? Because basketball ain't basketball, football. I mean, okay, you could typically bet on that, but I'm looking for a new field to bet on. Matter of fact, I think I might bet on women's basketball for real, because like this all of a sudden it's making more news than usual, and if anything, I'm gonna invest in the WNBA because right now it's low. Okay, so if I invest in that shit, couple years later, I mean, I feel like it's gonna be one of the big time leagues, and then my kids will have like, you know, a big stake in that shit. So like, yeah, I think I should invest in the WNBA teams right now. You know what I'm saying? And I like the way how Angel Reese is looking too. It's fucked up how she got suspended though by Chicago Sky after making comments detrimental to the team. Like, how the fuck? Like, because she was on a podcast and, you know, they was like, yo, how do you feel about, you know, the team doing these days? And then, you know, she went on a podcast and was like, yo, I'm not selling for the same shit we did this year. You know what I'm saying? Because they like 10-31 for the season, Chicago Sky. And they sit 12th in the WNBA standings. And they like, yo, she went on the radio, no, in an interview with the Tribune. And she was like, I'm not settling for the same shit we did this year. We have to get good players. We have to get great players. That's not a non-negotiable for me. That's a non-negotiable for me. I'm willing and wanting to play with the best. And however I can help to get the best here, that's what I'm going to do this off season. So low key, the bitch was saying, yo, niggas, we got to get better players on the team or I'm out. Okay? And they heard that, so they was like, yo, Chicago Sky, you know, you ain't playing for the next game. And I felt that. You know? I felt that. Because, like, hold up. How you gonna be like, yo, you on the team, we ain't doing good. I'm saying, though, like, that shit that you just said to the Tribune, you had to keep that shit to yourself. Or you had to tell the other teammates. Or someone, or another teammate that you trust. You can't be telling that to the public, because you in a public eye. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta keep it real. I know, understand you feeling emotional and shit, but there's a better way to handle these things. And I think it's time that we need to start talking about better way of handling these things. Because right now I see a lot of people these days when, you know, they get ticked off and shit. Of course, they want to tell the world how they feel, but that's not always the best thing to do. Or it's cool. I mean, you can show people your emotion. I'm not saying it's wrong, but the better way of handling it is using that same energy and putting it in a journal or something, or telling your best friend so you can get better counsel, so you know how to better handle the situation instead of just fucking yelling, and then next time it happens you just yelling, and then next time it happens you're just yelling instead of like learning and building. because it's gonna happen again. But you gotta learn how to better handle the situation every fucking time, so you can get back to who you really want to be, and don't let that shit take over your fucking life. You understand what I'm saying? Or just hurt people that just because they hurt you, and you feel like, getting back, you feel like, oh, I gotta let these raw emotions out with this live, or with this post, or with, if you're on the interview or podcast, you just gotta let them know. You gotta let the people know, because this is your opportunity to speak. Nah, man. Nah, yo. You know what? With those negative feelings or whatever, just journal it out, or, because you never know who, you can always be real. Like, for me, for example, sometimes I always got some shit to say. I always used to post some shit on a Facebook, like, it'll be raw. One time, I will post some shit, and I'll post some shit, and, I'll post some shit against, people talking shit against me. I'll post some shit about people in the comedy scene, or I'll post some shit about motherfuckers, not believing in me, or, you know what I'm saying? Stupid stuff like that, or haters out there and shit like that. But you know what I noticed though? That's just wasted energy. Or you could be posting against somebody, right? But like that person that helped you, or you could have a mutual friend or whatever, that you could put them in a bad position because with that person, or you the person that a family member, or a person that actually helped you or cared for you, you could hurt that person with the shit that you say or post, whatever. So you got to think about that. Some people are like, man, fuck that person. You know what I'm saying? For whatever shit I say, they better ride with if they really down for me and care for you. Truth. Well, love goes both ways. Right? Don't you gotta show that you care for that person by what the fuck you saying too? And plus, it's not wrong for what the fuck you gotta say off your chest, just the way it's wrong on how you do it. Like, say for instance, if you got some shit like me, the shit that I used to post and shit, I'll post that shit in a group chat, or I'll post that shit in a journal. Not talking, and it'll be like, oh, are you talking shit about that person behind that person's back? No, I wouldn't. Matter of fact, I'll be like, yo, I got a problem with this motherfucker, this and that, and it's kind of making me feel tight, angry and shit, and I was about to post some shit like, yo, da, but like, yo, on some real shit, should I actually be tripping about this situation, or should I should just let it go, man, because I ain't gonna talk shit about that. I don't want to talk shit about the person, but it is making me feel really angry, and I do need to calm down. Matter of fact, who's down to go out tonight, or like, yo, where's the comedy show at tonight? You know what I'm saying? Put my energy into that. And then if I see that person over there, I might confront that person and be like, yo, man, what's up with that bullshit you pulled earlier, man? Or, alright, man, if it's like that, or cool, man, we ain't gonna be speaking no more. And it's like that. I ain't gonna talk no shit. I'll just let them know straight up. Okay, me and you, we got a problem, fine, we got a problem, but we ain't gotta be talking no shit. Or I ain't gonna be talking no shit to my friends like, yo, man, fuck this nigga in the back, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause I already let that nigga know we got problems. You know what I'm saying? And if he gonna throw more hate on me, whatever. It's not like we friends. But I see it, because I threw out the olive tree and all that. I'd be like, yo, we gonna be boys and all of that. You still got problems with me? Fine. You know what I'm saying? It's like how Fitty be saying this shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't want no problems. But if you say you got a problem, I say no problem. You know what I mean? We gonna keep it at that. And matter of fact, we gonna get to this track. Matter of fact, it's by my homie Frey featuring that nigga Vito Blaze. So yo, turn this shit up in your car any way you want to, man. Turn the volume up. If the volume broken, go get that shit fixed. Matter of fact, stop the podcast, go play that shit in the next nigga's device or whatever, and don't let that shit stop you from playing this motherfucking music that's about to come on right now. And I'll be back to drop more flames on the shit I know.
Yup. Yeah. It's free. Realest shit I ever wrote. Realest shit to ever quote. From a town where nobody wanna hear you talk. Some say watching, contemplating on you spitting thoughts. Almost don't understand the taste hand in hand. Repeating hooks and instrumentals from your latest jam. But damn, who the fuck gon' put the city on? So much potential overlooked cause we ain't seen as tall. Now only T-Dog gon' take this if I beat at all. The sweat and free is what I put in if I'm hurt at all. If y'all feel free to bob your head in the head. But it's on top, this nigga on the head. I'm not in the position where I wanna be. This position got me on a mission for my time to see. You see, I ain't never said I didn't like it. I'm just saying hard to get on when your city's silent. But when they talk about my city, I put all this rap shit. My name forever, remember, now that be worth the fighting. The realest shit I ever wrote. The realest shit to ever quote. They'll be like, Frey, this the realest shit you ever spoke. The realest shit I ever wrote. The realest shit to ever quote. They'll be like, Frey, this the realest shit you ever spoke. The realest shit I ever wrote. Just wanna put the city in position. Ain't really heard, but we deserve to get our recognition. Too long under the radar, city of underdog. Trying to pave the way for Montreal, cause we working hard. Lord, you just help me put the city on. All I need is an opportunity to see us ball. 43 got me going Cam, and I'm going hard. Shout out to all my niggas working who just want it all. Let's get it, motivation I'm spitting. All my loved ones gon' get it once I start counting my digits. Y'all feel it? And I always been optimistic. Like all my goals, blind up close who already done did it. Y'all get it? I ain't never said I didn't like it. I'm just saying it's hard to get on when the city's silent. When they talk about my city, I put on this rap shit. My name forever, remember, now that be worth the fight. The realest shit I ever wrote. The realest shit to ever quote. They'll be like, Frey, this the realest shit you ever spoke. The realest shit I ever wrote. The realest shit to ever quote. They'll be like, Frey, this the realest shit you ever spoke. The realest shit I ever wrote.
I was given a voice and now I'm supposed to speak to the peoples with no choice. By any means necessary is a motive. But I'm from the town where shut up is mostly quoted. Suckers get killed by discouraging vibes, so I'll be damned if my city is what eats me alive. Young Vito, voice of all peoples, don't knock. I've been peeped you through the peephole, so that's foresight in my eyesight. Don't think that my vision's slight, yo, my eyes right. And this vision that I'm seeing is for all our listeners to believe in. I believe that being free could really achieve it, even when we're muted by those that don't see it. So these bars I spit, yo, you can keep it. It's not a secret to those that really peeped it.
The realest shit I ever wrote. The realest shit to ever quote. They'll be like, Frey, this the realest shit you ever spoke. The realest shit I ever wrote. The realest shit to ever quote. They'll be like, Frey, this the realest shit you ever spoke. The realest shit I ever wrote. The realest shit I ever wrote. You'll be like, Frey, this the realest shit you ever spoke.
Hey, yo, your boy is back to throw more flames on the shit than I know. Okay? Yo, check it, D. If you want more Vito Blaze in your life, more Vance Michel, you like the tunes and shit, all you gotta do is just go to soundcloud.com/Vito-Blaze-10. Okay? Just go to soundcloud.com. If that ain't the right thing, just go to soundcloud.com and search Vito Blaze, and then I should be popping up. I got mad songs on there, about like at least 40, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like from back in the day. And I'm thinking about cooking up more. Actually, I'm gonna cook up more. I'm gonna cook up more. Shout out to my new muse I got out there, cause she inspired me to, like, you know, get into my musical groove lately. And lately I've been, like, you know, cooking up, still thinking I got it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, there's still something in the basement. Anyway, so yeah, look out for the return of Vito Blaze coming real soon. And yo, if you like Vance Michel, you think you found that nigga really funny and shit, why don't you just go to YouTube, just type in Just Blaze Comedy Special, and you can watch me on YouTube all day just doing, matter of fact, doing a comedy special for you. I take that about last year, and I think it's pretty good. I feel like it's good, and yo, you should check it out. If you listening to this, you liking the vibe, just check me out. You know what I'm saying? Just and give me a like, a comment. That'll be great. If you do that, that'll be awesome. So please do that. All right. So, like, check out Just Blaze Comedy Special if you can, and if you in the downtown Montreal area. If you just happen to be in Montreal and you listening to this and you like, yo, I want to see this motherfucker live, then come see me at Hurley's Irish Pub every Mondays at 8 p.m. for the world's smallest comedy night, and 10:30 hosting the Dirty Mic at 10:30 p.m. Yes, I'm hosting 2 shows in Hurley's Irish Pub. It's crazy how this black man's been hosting a comedy show with the help of my friends for about 7 years now in the Irish Pub. We just blessed to do that. Of course, the rest of my friends are white, and the homie that I started with this is Irish himself, and we just happen to be here by the blessings of Gaia and all the gods that you believe in. All right, yo, so check this. So if you in the downtown Montreal area, make sure you check out that. All right. Hey, yo, it come to my attention lately, like, this has been on the news for, like, a minute. I don't know if y'all caught this, but, like, yo, I'm gonna bring it back to the light, man, because this is scary. And, yo, this is crazy how sex for rent listings are out here in Facebook Marketplace. That's right. Say if you looking for a spot, say if you a young lady and shit, and you looking for a spot to live, you be like, damn, you know, you a young woman. Matter of fact, you coming in from another country, and you coming into Canada, and you looking for a spot to stay, but you like, damn, the rent high, and then you looking for the low rent, and then you coming up off this offer. Then there's this nigga talking about, yo, you could stay, but like, and you ain't got to pay for rent, but you like, every once in a while, you might have to suck dick. You might have to suck this dick. You might have to, you know, get fucked. You might have to get a gangbang by my nephew or my son real quick. You know what I'm saying? Or you might be down with, it's just an invitation for you to come for a throuple. You know what I mean? And that's what they doing for rent. And that's what's out here right nowadays. There's niggas out here being like, yo, if you want to stay here, you ain't got to pay rent, but you might have to suck this dick, or let me and my wife fuck you for time to time. And that shit crazy, B, to me. Because first of all, like, it's like all these men out here, you got targeting all these young women out here. And I'm sure all these young women are like, damn, son, like, what the fuck? If anything, why don't you just say this crib is for free? You know what I'm saying? Why you gotta be doing this? If you could actually have a house, right? And you could have like an apartment, but instead of taking rent, if you able not to take rent, and your creepy ass is like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna have this apartment just for girls to come through, and when they come through, they gonna have to suck this dick instead of paying rent. You could afford that. If you could afford that, you might as well just give the crib up for free. Might as well just do it for free. You know what I mean? Because charity will actually work for you better. You know what I mean? Because the karma of the charity will actually bring you more money, and your nasty ass can go get some hookers and prostitute instead of this bullshit right here. Because this bullshit gonna get you locked the fuck up. And if anything, for sex trafficking, right? Like this is on not Diddy level, but an Epstein type shit, but it's damn near there. You know what I mean? And the second question I got is, where are the women who are landlords that are actually doing this? Because a nigga is actually looking for a spot to live in, and if they are women out there that's doing the sex for rent, or because they was only showing men, and I was looking at the shit like, come on, man, like this is fucked up. This is a fucked up situation. But if it was women that's out there that's doing the sex for rent thing, because you can only see this shit on pornos and shit like that, and that's actually a motherfucker's dream. But to a woman, that's a goddamn nightmare. You know, it's a nightmare, you know. But to a man, like, where the fuck is the sex for rent listings for young niggas out here who trying to, or niggas out here who's really actually looking for a place to stay and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I mean, you know, it'll be nice if you could just see the listings instead of me just working for the listings, instead of me just, like, you know, the sex for rent offers, because there is, of course. Look, like, the ladies ain't gonna put it listing, but if there was a listing, that would be cool for us niggas, so we won't have to waste y'all time. You know what I mean? Because you probably be like, oh man, I like this nigga, but then I let this nigga in my home. I was ready to, you know, take care of him. Then all of a sudden the nigga just up and left. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because we don't have these sex for rent listens for our damn selves. And it's crazy how you will get a, you know what I'm saying? Because you know when niggas like shop for apartments and they reject offers. It's crazy how our reject offers is not accepted by a lot of women these days. All right, so we can't, and it's not y'all fault. So just like how when y'all do it to us, it's, you know, it's not, y'all might wake after a one night stand, you reject our offer. So wouldn't it be pretty cool? Wouldn't it be? I mean, there's some creeps out there with the sex for rent offers, but like for us, like if you guys don't want to go through it and shit like that, because for y'all it's a problem. It's a real problem. Like, yo, just put your listings up. That'll be great. That's why I had to bring the situation to light. Now I know some of y'all thinking, hey, yo, that's fucked up. But yo, I do be saying some things, and I don't be saying some things to tell you women what to do, but it will behoove you bitches to understand what the fuck I'm talking about. It will behoove you not to take it, what I said, serious anyway. And it will also behoove you not to be too materialistic, not to hold on to any materials you have throughout your life. Like, that shit could fucking throw you off later in your years of days. I'm telling you, from my experience, my damn self, because check this, I seen Trick Daddy get upset because he went through his old collection of Jordans and he found out that them shits was deteriorating, like right in front of his eyes. You know, he peeled them off the box and them shits was just peeling off. They were breaking apart. Like, you know, everything was just falling apart off the sneakers. The sneakers was just like, they were just like crumbling into dust, like right in his hands. They were just vaporizing. It seemed like he dunked them shits like a dog chewed them up or some shit like that. You know, when you have a fucked up dog and you leave him around your sneakers, that's how all his sneakers look. But the thing is that there were Jordans that he had bought a long time ago, and there were Jordans that he had bought over the years, and he thinking they were gonna stay fresh over the years. And then when he coming out to show them, they not as fresh as he thought they was gonna stay. They turned into ash. They just fucking I don't know. They look like they were just Dollarama sneakers that just, you know, had its run. For real. They look like they were just cheap sneakers that just had its run. But that wasn't the actual deal for, you know, Trick Daddy. Okay, so, and then he was really upset because he was like, man, I bought these. They were supposed to be a long time, man. Nike better do something, man. Nike better send me an apology and telling me that, you know, that if for these Jordans to deteriorate, you know. And I felt bad for him because I was looking at him like, who gonna tell him like those ain't real Jordans? Because, okay, yo, two things for me, okay, for that to happen. Logically, if he had kept them in the basement, in the cellar, whatever, then maybe, yeah, the air around the sneakers for all that year wasn't fresh enough and the humidity wasn't, you know, up to par. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he should have kept them he should have had them dehumidified, or, you know, kept them clean. You know, he should have checked on them from time to time, clean them, make sure they ain't got no bugs and no mold getting on them, because wherever the fuck he had them, obviously wasn't the right place to have them. It wasn't air conditioned. The air wasn't conditioned enough to have the sneakers in. Or them shits ain't real Jordans. Them shits is China. Them shits is made by the Chinaman, but not the Chinaman that's in the Nike shops. You know what I'm saying? It's a Chinaman that's out that probably used to work for the Nike shops and then got his own shop. And then you bought from him. You see what I'm saying? You bought them Jordans from the nigga that got fired from Jordan, and he out here just making his own shit. Because you know he got his own machine and shit. Why not? It's like me working in the trap, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm out the trap, but I still know how to sell the crack. You feel what I'm saying? You bought it from that nigga, and then but that nigga don't know how to really. He ain't got the right materials, as he ain't got the matter of fact the primo. You know what I'm saying? He probably getting a low premium, a low quality lease, but it's like he ain't getting that raw, uncut, like what Nike got. What he getting is that cut, and then you getting cut shoes. You getting shoes that is getting cut. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting that pure, because why are you even saying this, Vance? Because I'll tell you from my own experience, right? I had went to a Nike outlet store, right? Say somewhere in Montreal, right? I ain't even gonna. And then I went and then I brought some Jordans, and I thought it was official. It even had the Jordan postcard in there, like thank you for buying the Jordans and everything. I thought I bought some real official Jordans in the Jordan box. I kept the box and everything, my nigga. I kept the box, my G's. I kept the box, and then after maybe a year or so, I'm crazy gluing these shits, my nigga, like, because they talking on me. You know what I mean? Like, my feet are peeping out through the toes and everything. And I gotta crazy glue these shits once in the blue. Once in, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, Jordans? How they like that? And I got questionable about the shits. And then, my friend had told me, he was like, oh man, you know, I don't think your Jordans are real, but I kept thinking like, nah, these is real. I bought it for the Nike outlet. But then, recently I had to buy some new shoes, and I was like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna go get some shoes that make me feel, cause I can't go to the Nike outlet no more. Maybe them shits wasn't real. So I went to the Nike store, and this was Nike I want Nike store. Saw these Jordans on sale, and I bought them shits, and I got the box. I didn't get no postcard in the box though. So I'm thinking like, man, these Jordans ain't real. But then I put these shits on my feet, and boy, did I already felt the difference. And I know when I clean these shits, I'm like, oh shit, there is no way they could talk, because I saw the binding around each of them, and they were like, oh, it's different. It's different. I saw the quality. I saw the raw, uncut quality that Nike really got. So then I realized that the Jordans that I bought from the Nike outlet, I was like, oh, them shits was cut. And that Nike outlet is selling some sneakers that are cut. They ain't selling no raw uncut. That shit cut. So what Trick Daddy got was cut. And that's what I'm saying. You can't be holding on to things, man. Because I even seen some girl tripping the other day. Like, yo, because she left a shirt at some place, and she went back to the place and the shirt wasn't there, and like, oh no, that's one of my favorite shirts. But I'm like, girl, you rich, you can buy 1,000 of them shirts. I know, but it was my favorite shirt. But still, I know, and it was sentimental, held memories. I understand that, but what's more important is the connection you made with the person and the people that you had in that moment. Not that damn shirt, because that shirt could get fucked up. Somebody could throw shit on that shirt, and next thing you know, are you still sentimental of that shirt? You still gonna hold down that shirt? You know what I mean? What if you didn't lose it? What if somebody just threw shit on it? Would you still hold that shirt? I wouldn't. See, I'm like this because I moved from places to places, and I had to let go of a lot of things, and it hurt. But you know what I noticed? That it's about the people and who I'm around with at the time that I'm alive. And that's what you should remember too. Instead of tripping, don't be taking things serious. Alright? And that's all I think that's all the flames I got to throw on the shit. I know. Y'all stay lit. To hear more episodes of the Rapid Flames podcast, please subscribe to Rapid Flames podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and wherever the fuck you listen to podcasts these days. Stay lit.